Alaska, the 49th state. The idea of manifest destiny was inspiring Americans to spread their, quote, unique form of liberty and federated self-government, end quote, beyond the boundaries of the United States. There was no place left between Mexico and Canada on the North American continent, and so people were left to look elsewhere. When they looked to the north beyond Canada, they found Alaska, which in the 1850s and early 1860s belonged to Russia, which was closer to the territory than any part of the United States. In 1867, William Seward, the Secretary of State, decided to offer the Russians $7.2 million for the region, or about 2.5 cents an acre. The problem for Seward was that no one seemed to know what was under all that ice. His enemies called the purchase Seward's folly, meaning his mistake, or Seward's icebox. These attacks did not bother Seward, who believed that the purchase of Alaska was his greatest achievement. Interesting that he was Secretary of State during the Civil War. He said that it would take, quote, people a generation to find it out. Alaska has the highest point in North America, Mount McKinley, named in 1896 as support for the Republican presidential candidate William McKinley, also called Denali, meaning great one or high one by those natives living around the mountain. The territory became the 49th state in 1959. The discovery of gold in the Klondike region of northwestern Canada and eastern Alaska brought an estimated 30,000 to 40,000 miners, the vast majority of whom never found what they were looking for, as only around 4,000 people struck gold. The author Jack London set many of his stories in the region during this time. Certainly the greatest resource discovered in Alaska was oil at Prudhoe Bay in 1968. The Trans-Alaskan Pipeline System was started in 1973 and finished in 1977 in response to the oil crisis in the United States. The 800-mile system pumps oil through a 4-foot diameter pipe from Prudhoe Bay in the north to Valdez in the south. In 2008, 700,000 barrels per day were pumped through the pipeline, down from the 2.03 million barrels in 1988. There have been a number of incidents surrounding the pipeline, but the most famous event surrounding oil in Alaska was the crash of the Exxon Valdez oil tanker just off the port city of Valdez in 1989. Based on geological reports, there's even more oil under the ice in Anwar, the Alaskan National Wildlife Refuge. Estimates differ, but it is somewhere between 5.7 and 16 billion barrels of oil. Drilling in the refuge has been the topic of a great deal of debate over the past couple of years due to the potential environmental impact the extraction of oil would cause.